Hi, good evening all. Welcome to Blue and Gold Talk. Time for a video, guys. Time to talk about this disaster that we are reliving again. You know what's shocking about this for me is the West trip. I mean, the West trip, we found ways to win. And the minute we got back home, it destroyed everything. You know, and I was wondering what would have happened with the Sabres currently if we would have been staying on the road all this time. I wonder these things. Maybe we would have found our way into these losses. I don't know. But right now, what sucks about this, we're only a few games under 500, right? But it feels like we're 20 games under 500, and it feels like we're last overall again. And in reality, that's not where we are. But it's sure how it feels, right? For most of us, this is how it feels. Right now, it just feels like we're back into the hopeless phase again. And, you know, guys, I'm seeing the majority of you out there. I get it. You're crying to have Adam's head on a platter and get him out. And I'm not there yet. I'm just not there yet. I'm not. I think he's done a good job with how he's constructed the team. What I want to see now, okay, is if he's going to be smart enough to go get some veteran leadership that we lack on this team. Because this is what the Sabres need right now, guys. This is what we lack. We're the youngest team in hockey again. The truth is, this year we really shouldn't be the youngest team in hockey. You know what I mean? We could be, you know, older than maybe 4 or 5 teams, you know, at least. But again, the youth movement, one more time. And I think this has caught up to Adams, guys. I just do. And the one mistake Adams has done that I've said as GM that could cost him his job eventually, like Granato. When Granato did not address the physical issue, I figured that would eventually cost him his job. And that is, I believe, what cost him his job eventually. And I think Adams, the lack of sense of urgency of making a deal, lose the trade, but make a deal. Shift it up. Get somebody in here. Get anything you can to reignite this team and bring in a new voice in the locker room, some new blood in the locker room, somebody that just rubs everybody the right way. Just do it. He was pretty spot on, guys, with his offseason acquisitions. They're all pretty good. So I would trust if he made a deal, but you know, Adams is one of those guys, he doesn't want to lose a trade. He doesn't want to lose a trade, but we're in a position now we have to lose a trade. We have to give more than we're getting back right now, I think, if this team is going to survive this year. Because right now, if you look at how we're playing just inside our own conference, for example, we're not playing good inside our own conference, guys. I don't know what the record is exactly, but we usually lose when we're playing Eastern teams. It's not good. And now the West teams are beating us. So we have to get this straightened out, and we have to get it straightened out soon, or we're in for a long season. A long season again. We're only a third of the way through the season. There's 2/3 of a season left. But that doesn't matter if we're just going to suffer through it all. I mean, the Sabres fans have already given up. You know, the majority. I'm not speaking for you personally, but the majority, if you go look online, it's just bombarded with negative comments and people just angry, fed up. And the truth is, guys, I'm not even angry about this. I'm not. I'm more sad than anything. That's kind of how I feel. I'm more of in a sad mood about it. It's saddening to see this team and this franchise hurting again the way we are. Because I honestly believed we were this close to turning a corner, and if we could have won that mini game, who knows? You know, who knows? But we weren't good enough to do it. We weren't good enough to do it. And maybe in a game like that Minnesota game that we lost 1-0, a few more veterans would have been the key to win that game and to keep this thing rolling. Because it's a game of momentum, guys. You know it. Any hockey fan knows that, eh? You get on those winning streaks and it feels like you're indestructible. You get on those losing streaks, it feels like you're never going to win again. And that Utah game was ugly, guys. That was ugly. That's why I'm addressing the media, so to say, tonight, because that might have been our worst game of the year today. really. And the crazy thing is we dominated in hits. I don't know what the hits were. It was crazy. Dominant. Like it was one of our best hitting games of the year, but we were chasing. You know, I want to see us throw hits, that kind of one-sided in hits when we're up 4-0, not when we're down 5-1. And guys, no. We need to get this straightened out, and I don't know if we can with the youngsters on this team this year. If we're going to stick with the youth movement, guys, we're probably going to hurt again this and maybe next year. There might be take some more time. I still believe they're going to turn the corner this year, but I got no proof of that right now. I don't have any proof of that. What I do need proof of, though, is our general manager not letting us die a slow death like Botterill did, okay? We've seen that before, right? We've seen how that played out. Like that season we won 10 in a row, and the rest of the season we just died a slow death from that point on. And he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. And I don't want to see Adams do the same thing. Time to let go of some pieces that you don't want to let go of, Adams, really. It's time to let go. Hey, listen, man, you've stacked us up with prospects and young talent. I get it. And you don't want to lose out on everything that we've suffered for previously to get these young prospects and this young talent. But comes a time that you're out of time. And right now, Adams is out of time. Guys, he's out of time. And if he doesn't make a move soon, just a trade, I think his job is done. I really do. I think he's going to get canned. I want to see. I mean, I've been checking like all day today on the computer just to see. Since since we lost the game, I've been wanting to see like what's going on with the boys. You know, are they making any trades? Because I think we're in desperate need of a trade, guys. Even if we get somebody 33, 32, it doesn't matter at this point. We need to shift up the team. We got to bring in some veteran leadership. We lack it. And we're feeling it right now. I believe that's what's going on. It's not lack of talent. It's not lack of heart. It's lack of leadership on this team. Make the trade, lose the trade, but make the trade. I think every Buffalo fan in the world, if we went and got a veteran that we liked, you know, even if we would have, let's say, got Trouba when he was available, I think all of us would have been cool with it, right? We would have been cool with it, even if we lost a piece and a prospect and maybe two prospects to bring in a big physical defenseman, a veteran, just bring him in and then go for a forward in the same kind of context as that. Because if we could do that, I think our fortunes would change a little. Right now, guys, this is ugly. This is ugly. This is 6 in a row now. It's ugly. And the ugliest loss is the most recent. Like I honestly thought they were going to win. I did. And they just literally had their way with us. We were due for a real piss poor game, and there it was. We finally had a real bad game. You know, and it had to be that one. So home ice is a problem, guys, and we're not going to the only way we can get out of it, I believe, is through the players. The coaching, the general manager, the ownership, they're not the ones lacing up the skates going out there playing. So these guys, this team that we have has to get it done somehow on the ice. And if we're missing pieces, then it's up to the general manager to get those pieces in. And I think we need two. I think we need a blue liner and we need a forward. We just need to get something on this team to shift up the whole dynamic of it, because right now we're too easy to beat. We are too easy to beat. And if we're easy to beat now, that means later on in the season, even if we get hot again, guys, we'll be easy to beat again in the future of this season. They're not just going to start winning and that's it, and we're never going to lose again. No, we've been exposed again. We've been exposed again. And this is the losing streak this year I didn't want to happen, and it's here. Even though there's some overtimes. Yeah, there is, you know. It's like 4 losses and 2 ties, if you want to look at it that way, from that perspective. Okay. But it's a winless streak. And it could have been a 4, 5, 6 game winning streak maybe, and it's now turned into the complete opposite. And now we look worse than ever, and they're going to have to summon up the courage and snap out of this on their own. But right now, for those of you that want Adams gone, okay, and I know you guys want him gone. I read the notes. I'm not there, but if he does nothing right now, yeah, that's a red flag for me, guys. This is a red flag. We have the assets to get a deal done somewhere, to get somebody in here, and there's ways to get a player over here. And people say, yeah, people don't want to play in Buffalo. Come on, no, that's not always the case. Bowen Byram came over. He's not whining. He's probably sign and stay here. Like there's guys, we have to get players in and not use that as an excuse is what I'm saying. We can't use that excuse. I mean, there's always players that will come. You just got to find them. Be on the phone 24/7 right now. Adams has got to be on the phone. If it's up to me and I'm the owner, his job's on the line right now. If he doesn't shift up this team, like I don't want to see this same bunch of guys for the next month. And I think it'll make a big difference in Greenway's back guys and stuff. I do. But right now I'm a little dumbfounded with everything that's going on. It's kind of like just a bad train wreck right now. And we just got to stop the bleeding because you guys know it. We had that 8-game losing streak and we missed the playoffs by 1 point that year. 8 consecutive losses in a row in regulation. Remember? It wasn't 0-7-1 or 0-6-2. It was 0-8-0. 1 point we missed the playoffs by. If we would have won one of those games, who knows, right? We'll never know. But right now, I don't want to have that happen. I don't want to fall too far back right now. We're right there still. But we have to show up as a team soon, guys. It's not going to be good. Right now, it's just a downer loving this team right now. It's just a downer again. It's like I did not think this would happen this year, especially after the West trip, especially after that. I figured 4 out of 5 at home, and we're set for this season. And what do? We come in and we just tank it. And the truth is, the Vancouver game and the mini game, we probably could have won both those games, Probably could have won both those games. This game here was a disaster. So we'll see. We'll see. Right now, see what happens. Maybe they'll have a team meeting, talk about it. I don't really care. Right now, what I care is what is Kevin Adams doing? That's all I care right now. Is he going to get a player on this team? Is he going to give up some of our prospects and get us some help now? We need help right now. Not next week, now. Adams, please get on it. Get on it, because you know what, guys? If we do fire Adams, my guess, we're just going to go internal anyway for the general manager. There's going to be no exciting thing. It's not going to be some exciting thing. Camarnos will probably take over. Or will Lindy be coach and general manager? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows which way they're going to go with that? And Lindy might, Lindy might just hang it up and be the general manager. And I would have him as general manager and president of hockey operations at the same time, if he's going to hang it up as a coach. And bring in Quenneville. Bring him in. Bring in Quenneville, and if we're going to really shift it up, then let's do it. Let's not wait, though. Let's not waste another year. We still got time. So I hope, guys, I'm hoping something happens. It's what I'm glued to the computer right now looking. I keep hoping to see Sabres make a trade, It might not be a trade we like, guys, but it's a necessary trade right now if we make one. And there might be a few guys untouchable on the team. Nobody should be untouchable the way this team is playing right now. Nobody. So I'm open-minded to any kind of trade on this team right now, because I don't want to waste another year. because we weren't smart enough in the offseason to acquire just a bit more. You know, I feel like we're one piece away. I think now we're two. Now we're two. We need another defenseman. A guy like Trouba would have been perfect. And another forward. Preferably a big, strong forward that can really score. A guy like Scheifele on Winnipeg, that kind of big power forward would be preferable if we can somehow. I'm not saying go get Scheifele. I don't think he's available. But I'm talking that type of player, that type of dynamic. This is what we're lacking on this team. It would make such a difference for the kids on this team to have these veterans. That's what we lack, I believe, guys. I'm hoping that by the end of the night, something comes. You know, or tomorrow morning, I check Sabres make trade with whoever, you know, and acquire whoever. So we'll see. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. That's it for tonight. I want to touch base. I'm as frustrated as you, but I'm also hoping for something to happen. And if Adams can't make it happen now, guys, it might be time to make a change there. Because that for me is more of a red flag than the way the team's playing, believe it or not. When we're on life support, and I feel like the Sabres are on life support right now, what is our general manager doing? That's what I want to see. Because Botterill was useless. Right now, in this position, Botterill was useless, is Kevin Adams. We'll see. Have a good night, guys.